Terry, these types of games can be particularly deflating to lose. Can it have the opposite effect when you win, though?
Well, they're one of the best teams in the league without a question, and so when you go 14 innings, you'd like to leave out here with a smile on your face. So that certainly will help out. Just tough. It's going to be a battle. Anytime you play them, it's going to be a battle, and hopefully it helps us. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Who were you more impressed with tonight, Matt Harvey or the way that your bullpen responded after the?
Both. I mean, Matt was really good, and I'll tell you, I thought he got better as the game went along. To be honest, I thought his command got better, we got deep in the game, and he lives up to the Matt Harvey stuff. He knows he's got a little bit left, and Dan and I talked, and I said, we'll give him 110, and sure enough, he has a 7-pitch inning. So I'd leave it to him to make it even tougher on you.
When you got your ace pitching like an ace, is there more urgency on winning that game, or is it something that we can overstate?
Andy, we go back and we can talk right now about we've had some pretty good pitching performances that we didn't win the game. So yeah, when we went through a 5-game losing streak where we pitched pretty good. Matter of fact, we lost 2-1 or 1-0 to the Nationals and had 2 very, very good pitching performances. So we got to start winning these games, these kind of games that you get a well-pitched game. Yeah.
Terry, in the ninth with Familia, he hung a slider to Adams, but it didn't seem like he pitched poorly in that inning.
He threw the ball good. He just got to split up. You can't throw a strike. When you got a guy 0-2, the one thing you can't do is leave a ball on the plate. And he wanted to throw a split in the dirt and just left it on the plate, left it up, and he got a base hit to Adams. And again, as well as he's pitched, he hasn't made very many. So.
And also on some of your relievers, Robles and Goodell, obviously pitched in pretty big leverage spots tonight. And what have you thought about their just development?
Well, we've been, you'd like to bring them along as slow as possible and kind of work them into some heavier situations, some bigger situations, which we've tried to do. But they both have good arms. They both have good stuff. And we're in a situation, tonight was the perfect example of, listen, you got to go pitch. I mean, I don't care what level it's at. You got to go out there in a big situation against a very, very good team and get some outs for us, and they did that. And Alex tonight was the Alex Torres we know he can be. So our bullpen was outstanding, all those guys.
Just on Mayberry, he's obviously struggled a little bit to start the year. What can even a little infield hit like that do for a guy?
I think it can mean a lot for him, especially off Trevor Rosenthal. It can mean a lot. We've tried to use him primarily against lefties if we can, but you keep going through all the teams. When you go through the scouting reports and you look, he's a guy that's got some hits. I know he played a couple years ago a lot in Philly, but he has got some hits against some of these guys. So at least when you go up there, you're a little comfortable knowing he's at least faced some guys.
Can you talk about what both Alex Torres and Carlos Torres did in this game? Those are some hitters that can pound you in the middle of that lineup, and they executed the game plan perfectly.
They both, Rich, like I just said, the entire bullpen, but Alex came in with, in a tough spot where he's got to get 2 very good hitters out and got them out. And, the one thing about, Wong and Carpenter, take a look at what they're hitting against left-handed pitching. So you just can't just throw anybody out there. You better make some pitches. And sure enough, he goes out there and strikes one guy out and gets – and I don't think I've ever seen Matt Carpenter get jammed that bad. So, 2 big – those were big outs. And Carlos came in, and as we've seen, it's which it goes with any phase of the game. You're going to have real good days and you're going to have some bad days. And you know what? He's had a couple of times out in the last couple of weeks where he's hasn't had a lot of success, but he still is a very, very reliable pitcher for us.
When a game gets this long and the offenses just seem to sort of flatten out over inning after inning, do you think that's a result of guys starting to get out of their approach and trying to win the game in a hurry, or is it just you credit the good relief pitching on both sides?
Well, yeah, I think you mean, Andy, you look up, when we got 15 strikeouts, they got 16 strikeouts. They're making both teams making some pretty good pitches because obviously you're getting deeper in the count if you're you know, and you're not striking out on 3 straight pitches. So I'm going to credit the relief pitching tonight.
Terry, way back in the 4th inning, did the defensive alignment that Mike used surprise you with Grandy at third and Duda at the plate?
I knew there'd be all those guys on the right side of the infield. I didn't know where the third baseman would play. And I'll tell you, Ed, we run into a similar situation with that. We've talked about it a lot where when you put those shifts on and that third baseman comes off third base, and the farther he gets off, the harder it is that runner could come down third base. So if you're going to play your infield in, you got to be close to third. So just open up the left side of the field for you because you got to keep the runner close enough or you're not going to have a chance to throw him out.